What was that? What was that?
What?
Did you just fade like that?
No, that's the song. That's how the song fades.
Where's the slow fade? Oh my gosh! Welcome.
It's been like that for. I never touched the music.
Oh well, I mean, I guess it's the first time I'm hearing it, but I didn't know like it. I thought it faded into us, like you know what I mean, and did like a easy fade, not a like chop. Anyway,
Oh, I can fix
hello
it. Oh,
everyone.
you know what? Oh, you mean
Yeah,
like on the screens? Okay, yeah, I got
yeah,
you.
just yeah.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the episode 59 of the Last Place Fire Team show. It feels like I haven't hosted in forever, but I am your host today, alongside with Chris and Yandy. As always, we'll ask them how they're doing. Let's talk about our show topics real quick, and then we'll ask the guys how they're doing today. Today, we're going to talk about Activision blaming disappointing sales on on the time period, which I'm sure we're all going to have fun ranting about that one. Fallout New Vegas 2 is in very, very, very early talks. And then we got Embracer, who bought a bunch of Square Enix IPs as like Tomb Raider and stuff like that. And then we got Sony clamping down on stacking your like PSN codes and stuff like that. But so, fellas, how you guys doing, Chris?
Doing all right, man.
Oh,
Have a couple of days off, and been playing a whole bunch of different games. Well, I beat Chrono Cross finally, so that's
nice.
added to my games beat this year. I'm at 4 that I've beaten this year.
Wasn't your goal 3?
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just
Nice.
gonna
Nice.
I'm gonna keep going. Um, and then I actually started playing a little bit of Perfect Dark, but I'm going back to
Ooh.
Lego Star Wars. Um, so I've been playing that, and then also today the Halo season 2 released, and I was playing a lot of the Last Spartan Standing and having fun
Mhm.
with that. So
Yeah.
very cool. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I would definitely go check that out. Um, it's pretty cool. It's not like a quick elimination. Like you have
It's like
three
3 lives,
three or
right?
four
I
lives.
was
Yeah.
watching some videos
Yep.
today.
So and I got 2 wins so far. And the way you actually level up your guns. So you start off with the electric pistol thingy and then the sidearm. And
Mm.
after every kill, you get points, and the top gun you get is a battle rifle. So yeah, you just keep ranking it up all the way until you get to that point. And then throughout the
That's pretty cool.
rounds, they'll drop the power ups, so the camouflage and everything. Camouflage is already getting annoying. You got those guys camping in the corner. That camouflage is too good in this game, dude. You cannot see
I
anything.
Wait,
know.
you
Like I won my first game. I won. We tied. We actually traded. So, cause he came like he tried to hit me in the back when he was camouflaged, and I saw like the blur and jumped, and we got each other both weak, and then both went for the melee, and all I heard was tie, and then I got a first
oh,
place, and I was like, what? So, yeah, but it's a cool game, or it's a cool game mode, and I got a little bit of the Halo itch back for right now, and then probably gonna be playing Apex and stuff like that. So, been doing pretty
yep,
good.
new season of Apex is next week.
Yeah.
New hero legend. Sorry. Yendi, what you been playing? What you been doing up to, man?
Not much. I haven't really been playing anything. Um, besides Lake, that was the last thing I played, and then I've done some more uh State of Decay 2.
Nice, nice.
So
I
yeah,
let
so that's
Seaport know that you were playing that. He got really excited.
yeah. Where you should see Ryan's my friend Ryan's location. He's got like 8 cars parked outside. He's like stacked up. But yeah, that's been a very fun experience. Haven't Oh, I did play some random ass game that I got a code for through Intel. It's called Distera, and it's basically like DayZ and Tarkov, but in the future, far future setting. It was
Okay.
kind of interesting in a bit, like as far as like the world and how the way it looked, and it made you wonder how it got that way. Um, but it was very rough. Technically, it was very early.
Is it
I want to
alpha?
say may have been beta,
Mm-hmm.
but it may be interesting if they do things right. Because I don't think there's a game like that right now. So but other than that, oh, as far as watching, I started watching The Boys on
Ooh.
Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Woohoo!
We're already on season 2, episode 2.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so yeah, that's been.
What was your reaction when you first saw it, like the very first episode scene? Well, what was your first thought?
I was like, this is something I'm gonna like. Like
Yeah.
I usually know right away.
I feel like I said you should be watching that. So
Yeah, that
that
first-
means you're
Probably
gonna,
did. Yeah, a long time ago.
which means you're gonna be joining us for debrief season 3, right?
Comes out in June.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at that. We might not be shaming Yendi for another for another TV show, but yeah, I love The Boys. It's such a good show. I mean, I read. If you really want to trip out, you should read the graphic novel.
Oh, real quick,
but-
because you were talking about debrief. I'll bring it up in debrief too. Somebody asked me where I got this from. So this is from Game Grumps. They had a little Halloween special, and if you ordered something from them in time, you got a free one of these. So this is what we've been shaming you with.
yeah, Yendi. That's what we shame you with if at the beginning of the episode.
Pumpkin?
Yeah,
A grumpkin.
because he's got the grumpy face.
Yeah, he has a grumpy face.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when we shame
If you-
you, we give you that guy.
If you go back on the Halo one, I have Master Chief
Yeah.
holding them up.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah, and as far as me, I haven't really. I've been still playing Chinatown Detective Agency. Been having some good times with that. Nice little detective work. I feel like Batman a little bit without the fighting. But the game itself is pretty cool, and you can play it on the cloud. And you guys know how I feel about cloud gaming. I play it like right before bed on my Kishi, and it's just like a perfect game that you don't have to do too many like movements and anything like that. So been enjoying that a lot. This week, Trek to Yomi is coming out, which I am ecstatic to play because it is, my style of, it's a 2D samurai style game, which is going to be on Game Pass. So I am there for that. That comes out on the 5th. So I'll be playing some of that. Maybe I'll stream it, because I've been slacking lately, but we'll see. We'll see. And then as far as watching, I haven't watched anything new because this week is a big week. We've got the Moon Knight season finale, which is now season finale and not series finale, which we'll talk about on debrief. And then we've got we got Doctor Strange, which aka WandaVision, aka as many things as you're gonna want. And then also check out Halo. We're gonna have, so we'll be dropping 3 videos for you guys this week, so it's gonna be a busy one. And then but that's it for me. But let's get right into the show then. So Activision blames World War II for its disappointing sales, which I found funny, and I sent it to our group chat immediately because I knew we would all get a kick out of that. Because when you just read the headline itself, it just seems like, what? Are you serious? Like, what?
Why'd you do it, World War II? Why? Why'd you make us spend all this money and make this game? Why?
This is by Ethan Gotch over there at Kotaku. He says Activision blamed disappointing Call of Duty sales on World War II. The Call of Duty machine stalled last year, in response to which publishers Activision Blizzard is blaming the slowdown on the latest game's World War II setting and lack of innovation. Sure. After its most recent earnings missed forecasts by $300 million, the company blamed the poor results on the lukewarm reception of 2021's Call of Duty Vanguard. The company's campaign was something of a time-hopping, globe-trotting mess, following a special operation task force as it tries to thwart secret Nazi plots near. Well, I don't know if it says twat, but thwart is the word. Okay, thwart. Secret Nazi plots near the end of World War II. Then they all go on to say, while Call of Duty remains one of the most successful entertainment franchises of all time, our 2021 premium release didn't meet our expectations, and we believe primarily due to our own execution, which thankfully they blamed themselves, because Activision Blizzard wrote in its annual report to investors on April 30th. The game's World War II setting didn't resonate with some of our community, and we didn't deliver as much innovation in the premium game as we would have liked. So let's talk to Chris about this, because I know He's been real good. He hasn't even. I don't think he's played it. Right?
It has not a what's the smallest tech term for like gigabyte and all that? What's below a kilobyte?
Like just like a regular byte.
Yeah, there has not been a byte on my computer or PS5 or anything. And
Okay.
I've gotten codes to play for a free weekend. I've gotten I think 80% off offers. So, and I haven't touched it.
You're a changed man, Chris. You're
Yeah,
a changed man.
and
We're proud of you.
I tweeted out because I skipped this year. I've been playing so many other. If I didn't skip this year, I would have been raging of how stupid the game is, and I wouldn't have played Chrono Cross. I wouldn't have 4 games beaten right now, to be honest. So, because I just want to be playing Call of Duty with my friends. But we'll go back to that in Modern Warfare 2. I am not gonna lie. I've been itching to play Call of Duty. In the normal setting, not like Warzone or anything like that. So yeah. But yeah, you guys can go back. I don't remember what episode it was, but my rant on, getting the same company to do the same game. And it just pisses me off more that I went on that rant and then they're like, it's not working. It's not going to work. It's like, come on, man. It's so stupid how they go into this field of, literally, everybody's telling you the same thing. Everybody. We're tired of World War II. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? We saw Battlefield do it. Why are we just following the footsteps? You know what I mean? And they did it anyway. And the fact that they're not, they did take ownership of it. And it sucks for Sledgehammer mostly because that's the second failed Call of Duty game for them in a row. I did like what their first entry was AW, I think, Advanced Warfare, and that was something new, the jetpacks and everything. That was a start to jetpacks, even though everybody hates the jetpack era. When that game came out, it was something new and fresh, and people did like AW a lot. And then it just continued.
You say a lot.
No, it was a lot. No, it was a lot.
A lot.
It was a lot. I'm telling you.
I don't think it's a lot.
But but yeah, it's. I hope we don't go back to this. And the fact that we're going to remaster Modern Warfare, I'm wondering if we're going to get another, like, as much as I like the Black Ops series, I hope we don't get another Black Ops from Treyarch, right? And we'll see what happens with Sledgehammer in the future. They have, what, now 3 years to make a Call of Duty game instead of 2? If they're still going to do the rotations of everybody. And I'm hoping that Modern Warfare 2 does great and they're not just focusing on Warzone 2 and this game flops. So, yeah.
Andy, what do you think about Activision blaming themselves in a weird way by something that they look over and get to make the final decision on whether the game comes out or not?
Also, before Yendi starts, there is a storm around all of us. I just heard the thunder now. So if the internet goes out or anything like that and the stream stops, then you know why. So, yeah. But go ahead, Yendi.
What was your question?
Yeah, I said, how do you feel about Call of Duty basically calling themselves out for a World War II game that no one asked for?
Well, I think
Oh my god!
I think Chris nailed it when he said what he said about his point.
Oh my god,
bro!
I'm just losing my train of thought. But it doesn't surprise me that they try to blame this on somebody. They just can't accept the failure and just move on. That would have been a much better statement than because of World War II, like, get the fuck out of here, you're an idiot. Just like Chris said, like, nobody asked for this. And even Call of Duty did it, and I can't imagine they were making this game because didn't Battlefield World War II game come out after their latest?
I think they came out
before.
Yeah. Before, yeah.
Yeah. So there, unless they knew that they were making a World War II game, there's no excuse of it was already being produced and made internally. Like, come on now, you should have gotten that vibe from the Battlefield release. But here we go. Hopefully they don't do this again for like another 10, 15 years when everybody's gonna want that World War II gameplay again and setting. But let's hope and let's hope they stay away from all the super futuristic stuff. But something tells me we might be going there because I think people are going to get tired of the modern time setting, So I see some.
I wouldn't mind futuristic if it's not like, like just modern future, like what we would see in the future. Like what can we obtain? Like, okay, sure, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but we're fighting on Venus or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind that kind of setting. The guns are a little bit tight, like very minimal, like tune-ups of everything. And also what they have to do is what they've been doing for the past couple of years is like everybody's asking for a good ranked mode, right? For Call of Duty. And they always put it at the tail end of its life, of that Call of Duty's life. And it's half-assed and it doesn't do well at all. So they really got to start figuring these things out because they just keep making the game, like halfway making the game. They put it out, and then the esports scene brings all these people in, and then there's no ranked, and then they put out ranked, and they're like, look what we did for you guys, and it's just complete crap. And then they get all the pros and all that stuff, like talking crap about the game up to the point where now these pros are playing, and if they talk trash about Call of Duty at all, they get a fine. So it's like, they're like, keep your mouth shut, because you guys are going to ruin the game for us, even though we're ruining the game for you. So it's all crazy.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if this doesn't show you how like oblivious they are to the people that they need to be paying attention to, I don't know what will. Because at the end of the day, Activision has a final choice, and for you to now come out and say, it's because of the World War II setting, like you knew that this was going to be set in World War II. Like before it came out, you knew that this was on the talking block. Like they didn't just get the approval to make this game in World War II without you knowing. Like, so I don't even get why they would even come out and be like, "Oh, we're gonna blame it on this." Like, of course it's blamed on World War II because no one asked for it. Which even when the rumor started, which should have been one of those things where you leak information just to see what the response would be. And when a majority of your fan base decide we do not want to be in World War II anymore, 2 years ago, I think that's about a good time when you're like, you know what, maybe we need to switch this, like where we're going with this. This is probably not the best idea because a lot of people are not a fan of going back to World War II. And it just goes to show how like arrogant they are because they thought they were like, you know what, we drop a Call of Duty game every year. You guys are going to buy it anyway. And now that this one didn't sell as well, now they're kind of like, oh, we probably did mess that up by not listening to you guys.
Because they realized,
don't want to admit that.
Yeah, they realize, like, like you said, we drop a Call of Duty, they're going to buy it anyway. They can wait, like, we'll get it next year. And I wasn't the only one that was just like, I'm not going to play this game, right? They had a bunch of pros leave the scene, go to Halo, right? So you have Call of Duty professionals in Halo now that actually left, and they're talking they're able, since they're away from the Call of Duty League, they're able to talk about how the dev team doesn't communicate with them and all this. They can come out with everything and put it all out there. And if now they're realizing like, hey, if we don't make a good quality game anymore, it's so easy for these kids to leave. There's something new all the time. So even Halo is going to step up. Like, I mean, hopefully we'll see what happens with this last Spartan standing. But that can also be another factor of somebody getting taken away. Apex is dominating everybody. They're pulling everybody in.
I mean,
right
Fortnite
now.
is back.
Fortnite without the building is also pulling people out. So you do have that competition, even though you can say right now, oh, there's not another game like Call of Duty. No, there's not. But there's definitely games out there right now that are way better and way more fun. And I'm able to play with my friends and have a really good time. So it's up on the table. They act like, in my head, I picture a guy that just was like in his office sitting down, and he looks up and sees a World War II thing, and he's just like, yeah, this is a problem. Goes out there, who made this? Who made this? It's like, oh, you mean the game that came out like months ago? Yeah, we did. No.
Well, they just like Andy said, they had to blame something for their, and that's just a good talk to tell your shareholders, like, look, this is the reason why this did what it did. But again, it's one of those things where how oblivious could you be? Because you clearly knew that this game was coming out around that time and that no one wanted it. So for Activision to even come out and be telling people, oh, well, we blame World War II on it. Well, duh, because we told you 2 years ago, none of us wanted it. And it was a good majority of the fans who said they didn't want to go back. It wasn't like one of those things where it was like a 50-50 split. It was I'm pretty sure if they did a poll or anything like that, you would see a majority of people were not trying to go back to World War II. So I'm not sure why they didn't take that in, but I'm glad this is going to kind of humble them. And we are going to get, essentially the sequel to Modern Warfare. So that should be hopefully what that game was, because Modern Warfare, that latest Modern Warfare was dope.
The
And I thought
remaster,
really
yeah, it
fun.
was perfect. It was great. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it had its
Mhm.
its bug issues, but that seemed like the most solid Call of Duty that we got in a really long time.
I mean,
So,
I played that game like a lot, so
Yeah.
I definitely think if they could, grow on that, then I think they'll be fine. But yeah, let's just stop making World War II games. I think we have a full back catalog of over 200 to 300 of them, and I don't think we need any more. Like I really don't think we need any more World War II games. I think everyone is done with that phase. Let's move on to something else. Anything you want to add to that, Yendi?
Well, yeah, if you do want to continue playing World War games, there's if you're on PC, you can play Hell Let Loose, which is
Mhm.
supposed to be like ultra realistic, but I think it's more like the First World War. But that is it's not, no, it's not MMO. It's I guess it's just a regular shooter, but its servers are always full and it looks really cool. It's just I don't want that era anymore.
There you
We'll
go.
see you in 10 years.
I don't even know if people are going to want to play that in 10 years, but
I might. I think
you
it
never
happens
know.
every decade. I get that
Yeah.
feeling to see
no,
or taste
they've
certain
ruined. Unfortunately, they ruined the sound of the M1 Grand for me. Like, I don't want to hear any old gun
Gun.
shoot. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, it's too
What?
much. It's too much.
Yeah, I think as we're older now too, like just having, I mean, it's been over 25 years of having games that are legit in World War II. Like it wasn't until like the recent last 5 years, if you don't count Vanguard, that we were kind of like slow down on that whole like World War II. So I'm okay if I never had to see it again. And if I do want to play it, I'll just play one of those old games because there's a whole back catalog on it. So if anybody else wants to play it, then they can go ahead. But moving on to Fallout New Vegas 2 is in very early talks. This is over at Video Game Chronicles. This was sent by Yendi. He sent us this in our group chat. I was like, oh, okay, because Fallout New Vegas is, and it's always weird because I feel like anytime we talk about something on this show, a story breaks out like within that month of it coming out. Like we were talking about New Vegas, and then now a New Vegas thing. So this is written over
Yeah.
by
So Beyond Good and Evil, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's not you're not
things. We've already
getting that.
talked about that. That
Yeah,
didn't
we
happen.
talked about that and it didn't work, Chris. I'm sorry.
I wrote it into the history. It's out there.
So this is over. This is from Video Game Chronicles. This is written by Jordan Midler. He says a sequel to Fallout New Vegas is in very early talks at Microsoft, according to a journalist. Speaking on his premium Giant Bomb show, Grubsnack's paywalled, transcribed by VGC. VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb claimed that original developers Obsidian could create a sequel to the classic RPG now that it's under the same roof as the license holder Bethesda, which was a big rumor when this first happened, and everyone was like, "Oh, wait a minute!" Like, I know there was some memes that was like Obsidian seeing Bethesda, and then they kind of were like, "Oh, like Fallout." So it said this is very early, but people have begun to have talks and say these words in sentences, and those words are Obsidian New Vegas 2, Grubb said. We're talking years and years away. there's at least an interest and conversation happening about making something like that actually a reality. Grub adds, a lot of people at Microsoft think that this could work, and there's a lot of interest to make it happen. Fallout New Vegas is a 2010, which is ridiculous that game came out 12 years ago. Action RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Bethesda Softworks, a spin-off of the Fallout series. The game, yeah, well, you guys know, it shows up in Arizona, California, and Nevada, and it goes on basically to say that. So, Yendi, what do you think about a potential Fallout New Vegas 2 coming out in 2035?
35. Well, I mean, I don't think I'm really the one to ask because this is a game that I did buy. It was on sale, and I did start a little bit, but I never got into it because when I bought it, it was like it had already been probably like 5-6 years since release. So I have a thing when it comes to certain graphics, which is why I can't really go back to certain games, even my favorite to this day, Morrowind, and just look it mechanically. It's just terrible. You know, it's the nostalgia glasses that you put on when you go back to these
you can
things.
get so many good mods to like clean it up.
No. I even with mods, Morrowind is tough mechanically. So,
okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, some games you can't mod to look or
to play well.
Shit. Yeah, play well.
What happened?
Oh, my computer is chugging. Dang, I've never heard that before.
Uh-oh. You better go catch it.
I know, right? Oh, okay, there we go. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about New Vegas 2 because I don't know anything about the first. I think I read a little bit of it towards the end, the ending, because I like to spoil games and movies for myself, knowing that I'll never play them.
I don't know how you could live with yourself doing that.
It gives me a rush.
What?
I'm addicted to spoilers.
Oh my god.
Now, I don't do it for things that I plan to watch, even if it's like a few months. But things that I know I'm not going to watch or play, I look up the story if it's interesting enough, because most of the time that's all I need. Like, I don't want to play 16 hours to see the whole story when I can just get it, in like 5 minutes by reading.
Have you read an ending and you're like, what? And then you had to go back to get the context?
No.
No?
No, not really. Yeah. It's just I like the lore behind games. I've realized as I've gotten older, I like more of a developed world and universe and stuff like that. So I'm sure if they do end up making this, that the stories can be great. Obsidian, who also does Outer Worlds, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We know they can do good games, good stories. So I'll be playing this one and whatever. I'm assuming another Fallout 6.
Yeah, we'll be out before it for sure.
5. We're on 5.
Yeah, Fallout 5.
Fallout 5 will be out before this, and I'll play that, and then
not Elden Ring. Another Elder Scrolls will be out before this comes out too.
Yes, sounds like we have a very exciting few years ahead of us, starting this year with Starfield. But yeah, for New Vegas fans, rejoice! You're just gonna have to wait probably close to 8 years.
You're gonna wait longer than that because they have to finish Outer Worlds 2. Was that announced for this year, or it was just announced, right?
Yeah, it was announced.
And they said when it's ready. They didn't give a date.
Yeah. I like that. I like that answer. When it's ready, get out of my face.
Yeah. Available when it's ready.
When it's ready. That was a great one. Yeah. That's one of the best ones.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, Chris, what do you think about New Vegas 2 potentially coming out?
I'm excited for it. I will be older when it comes out, and we'll probably want to sit down and play those games even more instead of playing. I don't know. Depending on what it's gonna be like. I wonder if they'll do like a VR version of it. Like VR should be way better then, because it's getting better now, and I would love to play Fallout in VR. I think that'd be kind of dope.
Think so? You want to be chased by a Deathclaw?
Yeah, I do. I do. And if I could play with you guys in VR and get chased by the Death Cloud together, so I
I'm
can
not
trip one of
getting-
you
I'm
guys and survive, that'd be dope.
It'd
All
be
right.
Andy gone, not me, because I ain't starting the game up.
But I think it's a awesome idea. I love that the thought of Bethesda joining in with Microsoft, right? And already the fact is like, oh man, we can do. There's so many possibilities now that we can do, and we should just reach out. We're all partners anyway. So this is only going to be. This is I'm sure they wanted to make a second one for a while, and then, obviously the industry and how it is. So like I said, I think it's really cool that they're able to get together and partner up. And it's gonna be crazy how long it's gonna be, man. But it'll be enough. It'll be enough for me to want that. Because right now I don't want a Fallout game, right? I my eyes are locked on Starfield, and it's nice that they gave us the news of like, hey, this is being talked about, and it's like, cool, I have something to look forward to way down the road. And I wonder if they'll actually tell us anything during the June 10th or June 12th, the Xbox Bethesda showcase, because I'm sure we're getting way more than expected.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few nuggets. I think we definitely see Elder. Before our show, before that show, we'll do our predictions. But I definitely think we're gonna see Elder Scrolls in that.
I'm so excited, man.
There's no way we don't.
I'm happy that I love seeing, like, I think last year they just showed it was just Xbox Showcase, and I was like, oh, okay. And then every year, whenever they're like Xbox and Bethesda, I was like, this is it. This is gonna be good.
You think they're gonna show more of Elder Scrolls?
I think we're seeing Elder Scrolls.
We're seeing everything.
I think we're gonna see the same first teaser that we saw with Starfield.
No, we're gonna see some. No, maybe. I think
it'll be a Starfield kind of thing.
I feel like we'll see like the world, like they'll show us a nice little world, and they'll show us probably like a quick combat, like a magic spell or something, and then like I don't think it'll be gameplay, but I think it'll be just enough. Yeah, just enough. The name, just enough so you can see what world it's in, and then
the year,
and maybe I don't know if they'll do a release date.
Yeah,
I don't know if they do a release date.
2037.
We'll definitely do a prediction show for that.
Like what Alan said, I think we'll see bits and pieces of it. We're obviously going to see a lot of Starfield. I feel like this is their time to showcase it. And then I also am going to predict that we're going to see because that's how they do it. A Fallout tag. They'll just show us the tag of the metal.
You never know. Fallout could just come out. That's what Fallout 4 did.
Oh yeah, he did do that. 4, he's like,
it comes out in the fall. What? It's like, we haven't seen nothing about this game.
Yeah.
So you never know. Bethesda's fun over there. So you never know what might happen.
He's such a cool guy, man. What's his name? Todd Howard. Like, does he have a book?
I think he does.
Yeah,
there is. He doesn't have a book, but there's been a
book.
The
book is about him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's so interesting to me, man, and the way he talks about video games, I'm like, man, I wish everybody could look at it like you do. But yeah,
one day
everything just works.
One day. As far as me, I love New Vegas. That was one of the first things that I thought about when Microsoft bought Bethesda out, because I was like, Obsidian is now with Microsoft. I was like, Fallout New Vegas 2 is going to happen. I didn't know when it would happen. I just knew that those rumbles, because there's no way they didn't know, and there's no way that wasn't part of even the talks with Bethesda. Like, it had to be like, look, we have Obsidian, we know you guys have worked together like on this, there's got to be something, we can get you guys in, and then we could probably like start the works for it. And I think they're doing it perfect. Like, don't shy away from it. They kind of nipped it in the butt early. Like, listen, we're talking about it, guys. So that way it kind of holds off on people asking for it and like constantly being like, can you give us New Vegas 2? Like, now it's kind of like we're in early talks. I know they didn't probably, want that information out yet, but we're in early talks. So don't worry, don't panic. And I think people are going to be really excited, because a lot of people like New Vegas. And the fact that you can get the same developers and publishers to work on it again, I think is going to be awesome. So I'm really excited for it. I don't want to get too excited because I have no clue when it's going to come out, because
Or if
that
it's
is the
gonna be
one thing
made.
Bethesda. That's the one thing Bethesda does do, is they don't really give us when things are coming out, and they're usually far in between, so like far from each other. So we'll see. But like you guys said, I agree. I think we'll see. We'll see. The first we'll see Fallout before we see this one, and then we'll see. Obviously Elder Scrolls before that too. So I'd give it like at least 10, maybe like what, like 8 to 10 years before we see that, maybe
Yeah, real quick,
something
I
like that.
I had a story about Vegas that I always it was one of my funniest gaming moments. I got to oh, what's his name, Mr. House, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the like the casket thing. Spoilers for New Vegas. You guys aren't gonna play it. Shut up. Anyway,
What?
they're not gonna
You don't
play it.
know that. You
Uh,
don't know that.
but climbed up. I accidentally put my controller on my bed and it hit the trigger and I shot him and killed him in one shot. And I was like,
You failed.
what happened? And then and then you start seeing on the quest side, you start seeing all these quests get marked out. And they're like, can't do this, can't do that. And I basically, technically, I beat the game right there by killing him by accident. But at the same time, I was like missing out on all this stuff. And then I had to go back to like a save. I think it was like, oh man, I think the last time I physically saved, it was like 2 hours back, and I had to replay 2 hours to get get past that. And I made sure to have my aim like up this way. So,
Oh no.
yeah, one of my funniest moments. Yeah, I threw the controller on the bed and and I was like, oh. It's great. I love those games for that reason.
Games, because you can do that and it just changes the story right there and then. But the freedom is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, especially like with Outer Worlds being amazing also, and it felt very much like a Fallout game for me. So I do agree that I don't need it like right now. That's because that game is kind of fresh, because I think I beat that game last year, I want to say, or 2 years ago.
I beat it last year also.
Yeah, I beat it around that time, so I think I'm good with a Fallout style for a while, and Starfield is what I'm looking for anyway. So let me get that, and then, and of course, rumor has it, God of War 2 is coming out this year, but well, it's yet to be seen. So we'll see, we'll see. All right, moving on to our next story. Embracer Group buys Square Enix IPs, and those IPs are actually some big ones: Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief. And this was an estimated $300 million deal. This story is over from The Verge by Andrew Webster. It says Square Enix is it has sold Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and its Western studios. Square Enix is selling off its three major Western studios along with the associated video game properties, which include big names like Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief. The studios and properties are set to be acquired by Embracer Group for an estimated $300 million. Following regulatory approvals, the acquisition is set to be finalized between July and September of this year. In total, Embracer is acquiring Crystal Dynamics, Eidos, is it Eidos Montreal, and
Eidos, I think.
Eidos Montreal and Square Enix Montreal, which amounts to one 1,100 employees across 3 studios and 8 global locations. In terms of game properties, the company will be the steward of brands including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, and Legacy of Kain, which, if you guys know, you know. Along with continued sales and operations of studios more than 50 back catalog games, according to Embracer. Among other games already in development, Crystal Dynamics recently announced that they are working on a new Tomb Raider title. If you guys don't know Embracer Group, they actually own surprisingly a lot of things. They own Gearbox, which I didn't know if you guys knew that, but they own Gearbox. They own Koch Media. They own THQ Nordic, and they own Dark Horse Media, which is the source of the Dark Horse comics and stuff like that. So they've got a little they got some good stuff over there at the Embracer Group. So how do you guys feel about this purchase? Like, What do you guys think with Square Enix getting rid of some of its studios and some of these major titles? Anyone?
I'm thinking that they got quite a good deal for only 300 million
It
when you
seems
compare
cheap,
how
right?
much Bethesda, got for their thing was like what,
I
7
think it's because
billion?
it's not the whole Square Enix. I think it's because it was just a branch. But
I
I mean,
mean, those are
titles like Tomb
pretty good
Raider,
IPs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tomb Raider and Deus Ex, and you get 1,100 employees, and you
Yeah.
got 8 global locations
I would have been at least
and three
closer to
studios.
like a billion at least. Yeah, they got a good deal right here for sure.
Yeah.
I bet you Embracer Group, if they're U.S. based, they'll probably be sent to court for monopolizing because they have a lot more studios under them, like a
They're
lot. They're one of the
they're
biggest.
Swedish, if I'm not mistaken.
Swedish.
They're Swedish. Yeah,
Yeah,
headquarters in
they're
Sweden.
gobbling up stuff left and right. And it started with THQ Nordic, and those, I
Yeah,
mean, the amount of IP that THQ had was insane,
insane. Yeah.
and I never knew it was that much. But
Mhm.
yeah, it seems like Square Enix is maybe trying to use this to, you know, maybe pad their books to maybe to upgrade by other studios. Who knows? But I don't know what they get by for 300 million. I feel like it wouldn't be a very big studio. Or maybe they're trying to buy out some new IP that they see, potential in. Yeah, 1,100 employees. That's a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
damn, like that's,
They're
that's
moving.
a
I
lot of
mean, it's
people.
3 studios. They're like 3 full studios and 8 global locations. So
The only negative I see from this is something that I've noticed is that because uh they have so much IP, especially with THQ, they have a lot of games in production right now. I think it was like over 60 games from just THQ Nordic and their licenses. But it's taking such a long time. But I feel like these new studios are going to fall in that same rut, where now they're all under the same umbrella, right? And the money has to be given out to where it's needed the most. And I feel like THQ is going to take a majority of that, leaving these guys to, I don't know if they've already been working on something or they're going to start new IPs or what, but we probably
well,
won't see it for a long, long time.
I know Crystal
Won't really
Dynamics said that they're already working on a Tomb Raider. So I don't think they are
Oh,
going. I know that it's set to finish this year. I think that's they're doing that to keep. I think that's one of the main reasons they're keeping the employees. I think it's more of one of those like, let's make sure like we want you to continue what you're working on, but we want you guys to be under our branch. Because clearly, I mean, they have the money. From what I'm looking at these numbers, I didn't know Embracer Group was making this much, but their revenue is as of 2021 was $10 billion. So as far as I think they're okay if
yep.
if we're looking at all that stuff. So I think this is more of a kind of padding. I think you're right for sure with the Square Enix. I think this is Square Enix's way of saying, you know what, let's make some money on some titles we probably didn't plan on making, probably spending any money on. We kind of want to just work on our major IPs, which is like Final Fantasy, the online is making them some money and stuff like that. And I think they didn't want to keep continue putting money into like games like Tomb Raider where they're really good, like they're really good games, but they're not selling as much. And the same thing as Deus Ex. Like Deus Ex is a fantastic game, but those games don't really sell like crazy. So I think this is a good way for them to make a profit off of some really good IP and then so that they can work on their other games. But Chris, what do you think about this purchase?
Everything you guys said. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not big onto it because a lot of these games I haven't played.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm seeing Square Enix originally. I'm seeing Hitman, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider I've never played, and I
They're
need to.
fantastic. Those new
The
ones
newer
are
ones,
really good.
the newer ones. Yeah, I played the
Yeah.
older ones. And Deus Ex, never
So
played
good.
it either, and I know how big of a game, how big of an impact it had on the industry, because I have a book about it. But it's, I just think it's crazy how we're in a time period right now where all these companies are getting bought up. I feel like every 3 weeks or every other month we're getting some kind of news on somebody purchasing somebody else. And I'm sure we're gonna get more Sony news about them purchasing somebody else at some point to play catch up.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They couldn't do it. It would be if anything, it'd be the other way around. There's
Yeah.
no way Sony's buying Microsoft. Just
Sony's got a pretty penny as well. Sony's
they
huge.
got a pretty penny, but not as pretty as Microsoft's penny.
That's true. Yeah.
Microsoft is a quarter if because they're the money that they make on on operating systems alone is probably makes what Sony makes if we were to like to break down the numbers. But I think it's a good a good purchase for Embracer. They seem like they want to be making these kind of games and they want these IPs. And like I said, all those games that they did buy, I think they do make good games. I just think it's the selling of the game. They probably maybe a new form of marketing might help those games do better because I know some of the other games they have like Life is Strange, Just Cause, the Outriders, like all those games to me were like good games. Like they were quality games. They just didn't sell, I guess, as well as Square Enix would have liked. So I think maybe with a little new fresh coat of paint, maybe we get those games to sell a little bit more in order to justify the purchase. But until we see that, as a person who's played the two Tomb Raider games, I thought they were amazing. But what's so funny, Andy? What are you laughing at?
We have somebody in chat.
Dad joke
gosh.
inbound.
Who got it? Who's reading it? Because I can't.
It's not
see
there
it.
yet. It's not there yet. It just says hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, once it comes out, you
Yeah.
guys can interrupt me at any point. But
Up there.
we're gonna
it
go
is.
on to our last story before the joke comes in, or during
Did you
the
guys
joke.
hear about the Henway?
No, we didn't.
What is the Henway?
This one's gonna be right over my head.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Hey. What the hell's a Henway?
I don't know. I really don't.
Man, she's terrible at this chatting stuff.
Yeah. Well, we should probably
About
like
2
play a
pounds.
better. Hemway. Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the Henway? About 2 pounds.
What?
Like the
Black
hen
Magic
weighs
loves
2
it.
pounds?
For me,
The Henway, like a hen?
I gotta
Hen
look.
weighs 2 pounds.
I gotta look it up.
I don't know what is going on. No idea.
I can hear her laughing in the background.
Yeah, she's probably like just dying out there. All right, we're gonna get into our last story. Sony clamps down on PlayStation Now subscription stacking to protect its upcoming premium service. This is from The Verge again. This is by Antonio. I'm saying this wrong. It's Benedetto. Sorry, sir. I do apologize, but there was no way I was getting that right. Anyway, Sony is going to clamp down. He goes on to say Sony has updated its PlayStation Plus FAQ page, tucked away at the bottom, and it's clamping down further on loopholes that gave users early discounts on its upcoming PlayStation Plus premium service. It's pausing the activation of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now vouchers for current subscribers until its new service rolls out in June. And there's even an official conversion chart showing the value of those vouchers for its upcoming 3 services: PlayStation Plus, Essentials, Extra, and Premium. After Sony announced that it plans to reconstruct the PlayStation Plus into 3 tiers services to further compete with Microsoft and Nintendo services, things are slightly vague about how the conversion to the new tier will work. Users began stacking prepaid subscriptions to PlayStation Now, Sony's cloud streaming service on consoles and PCs, hoping that the $59.99 per year services converted into the upcoming $119.99 per year PlayStation Premium. Sony was quick to stop many people from exploiting that discount, but it couldn't keep people from buying and redeeming the codes from some sort of service. And those remaining PlayStation Now voucher cards will give you at least partial PlayStation Plus premium subscriptions.
Nothing says "Give me my money" more than that.
So I mean, as I wear my PlayStation shirt, but so I think I'll just start this off. I don't like Sony. Come on, like it's coming out next year. I mean, next month. Like, why do you have to continue to make yourself not likable by the gamers? Just make yourself gamer friendly. So what? There's an exploit. We find plenty of exploits on Xbox. Yendi and I have about 2 years of Xbox Ultimate based off of finding some things. Microsoft didn't care. They were just like, you know what? You're going to be playing our games for the next 2 years. Like, why couldn't Sony just let this go? What is the $60? Like, seriously, what is the $60?
I mean, we're paying 70 for your exclusives.
I mean, and we still have to pay for your exclusive games because you didn't even justify that. And then to do the sneaky thing, this is what I'm talking about with Sony. Like they just do things to not be friendly. Why would you tuck it away at the bottom? You literally could have just put, guys, you can't stack due to our new service coming out. So this is why we've prevented stacking, but we will be sure to explain how it would do that. No, you could have just been like, you know what? We got to take that L. We should have seen this coming, and you didn't. Sometimes you just got to take the L. You're still making money. Like, I think you would have made more money if you didn't stop it, opposed to now telling people you have to spend $120. I think you would have made more money because I think it comes with a discount and all that stuff. And I think people would have been was more willing to buy two of those cards than probably buy 1 year of your regular, like the PlayStation Plus premium card. So I just think Sony needs to stop doing this thing where they're making themselves out to look like villains, and like they look so money hungry, and it's showing. And I think that's going to start being a harm for them, opposed to, like, again, you have, even I'm pretty sure even Nintendo allows you to stack and stuff like that, and they did even before you got their new service. So I just feel like, if it's your loophole, uh don't just be mean. Like, what I mean, let people get that, let people enjoy that time to play those games. It's only going to be for a year, and then you're going to get your money. Okay, so you're going to get money from millions of people who are going to try to get this service. It's just a little loophole. But Yendi, what do you think about Sony cracking down on this?
I think people have been severely overreacting about this. If you look at it, I looked into their do conversion rates and tiers. And if you look at it, if they allow people who stack, like Alan and I, to do that, they'd actually be losing out on money because the conversion rate is not the same because of how many tiers there are. So actually, Sony was in the right to do this. They initially didn't say anything, like the article said, and eventually people caught on that they couldn't stack anymore. But if we continue to he just distracted me. He's just over here trying to get me to be tech support.
But I have a question.
If they continue to stack and Sony allows it to happen, then Sony will be losing money out because of how long and how much money that one person took from them.
But isn't that something you think they should have discovered beforehand?
That's something they should have went out publicly with. On that, I do agree with you. But they're not in the wrong. People are mad because they can't get free stuff.
Well, no. Like, I'm not mad. I'm mad at the way that I'm more talking about the way that they handled the situation. I feel like this makes them look more villainous than it should. If they would have said, once they announced this, hey guys, the way that this is going to convert to, it's not going to like add up to what we want it to. So like we have to prevent stacking now. I just feel like because they cut it off the day of when people were doing it, it makes them look worse,
Yeah, something they should have came out with publicly for sure. Oh
boy.
What do you call a dinosaur that crashes his car?
I don't know what.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay.
That was a good one. You got me. You got me.
2-1. She's having a time of her life.
Oh no, you know it.
Oh man,
I can hear her laugh. I can hear it. But yeah. But yeah, go on, Yandy, if you can.
No, that I mean that was pretty much it. I think people
Yeah.
are making a big deal about it. Sony's not doing anything wrong. The way in that they hid this was wrong, but
I can
nothing
hear
else is
it.
wrong. You can hear her?
Yes. Oh gosh. She's like having a great time at her joke. But Chris, what do you think about Sony doing it this way?
I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. As soon as Wario64 posted about it, I was going to do it, and then I stopped myself because I had a feeling that this was
I
going
mean,
to
you would have
happen.
made it if you made it in time.
But the fact that like the article said, like they haven't been telling people, so they're letting people buy to stack, but they're not telling them they can't stack. That is just another. It's more scummy than anything for that. So it's a dick move, and yeah, I don't agree with it. It sucks. So and I feel like they're gonna lose people because of that. So we'll see.
I don't know if they'll lose people, but I like I said, I just think they could have handled it better. I think this should have been like a pre thing. Like as soon as they said, "Hey, we're coming out with a new service in June," like you can only stack your thing until June, and then the numbers would change, like the conversion rate would change. So I think they should have been like, "Here's your 1 year, because starting in June is only going to be if you wanted the premium is going to be 183 days." Like, you know what I mean? And then just add 183 days and then but be upfront about it. I just think their downfall was that weren't upfront about it. They didn't realize that people were going to start doing that, and then they try to cover themselves up and go, "Oh, you guys can't do that." But I agree with Andy. Also, I don't think they're doing anything wrong because of the way that the numbers are stacked. I just think they could have and should have handled it better, just so you don't get the bad backlash, and now you're going to get that press because a lot of people are not going to know about this numbers, or they really don't care because they see $1 billion industry and they're going to be like, "Oh, it's fine, like they're making a ton of money." So oh, oh, here's our the joke stir herself.
Oh, there's the
Here
Google
she is.
juice. The Google
Oh,
juice too.
Teeth, they're all black.
She's had so much wine in her
she's
teeth.
had so much wine. I want some wine. I
Okay,
want
get out.
So I was helping Avery with her math homework
Okay.
the other day, and I got really sad.
Mhm. Why'd you get sad? What?
Oh,
what?
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it. We
Didn't hear it.
Did you hear the whole thing?
No,
I
we
heard
heard the
where
Avery
the-
part.
I was helping Avery with her homework the other day, and I got really sad. You want to know why?
Why?
Because of all of the problems.
Okay, get out.
Thank you.
Black Magic
And
says
there you go.
MVP.
Now you guys got a live version of the joke. So, you know. All right. Well, that is going to be what better way to end the show than with that joke. So that's exactly what we're going to do, guys. Thank you again for joining us. If you like the content, please hit like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, share, let a friend know, so that way we can continue to put some more stuff out for you guys. Chris and I will be busy this week, so we'll have 3 videos for you guys. Please come check those out too if you're into any of those content. We're super excited for Doctor Strange, and fun fact, I'm actually going to see Doctor Strange with Black Magic, who is in Florida. So I'm pretty excited. I haven't seen him in like 7 years.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, we grew up together. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So we'll, I'm going to have a good time with that. So thank you guys again for joining us. Until we see you guys next week for the show, Fire Team